Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today, I'm going to show you how to make tortillas. Homemade tortillas are super yummy, really easy to make, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's get started. All right, so we have 3 cups of all-purpose flour here that we are going to start with, or you could use plain flour. And then I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is just a really simple recipe. A 1/2 teaspoon of table salt, fine table salt. And then we're going to go ahead and get a whisk in here and just whisk this all together. All right, great. And now I have 1/3 cup of vegetable shortening. You could use like a butter flavor, or you could use lard, butter, or oil. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the shortening. Get it all in. And we're just gonna use our hands, make sure your hands are clean, and we're just gonna go ahead and incorporate this into our flour. Okay, so it'll resemble crumbs, just like that. And now I have really hot water here. This is filtered water. I wouldn't use tap water unless your tap water tastes really good. And this is 1 cup of water. We might need a little bit more. We're gonna start with this, but we're gonna only add in about a tablespoon or 2 at a time. Some people might use boiling water, but then once you put your hands in there, you could burn your fingers. So I would be careful with that. We just wanna get the dough to come together. And the hot water is going to help to break down some of that fat to mix in. But yeah, you don't want to just dump it all in the water because it might wind up being too much. Better to have a little bit less than too much, because we could always add a little bit extra water if we need it. And we want it to get it to where the dough comes together. So we're just kind of blending it with our hands. And it's going to be sticky right now, but that's okay. We want it to be a little bit sticky as opposed to being dry. The rest in there. And we want to knead the dough, okay? Once it comes together, we're going to be kneading it with our hands until we get a nice soft dough. And just kind of fold it over like this. So I'm going to add just like a little, about another 1/2 tablespoon of water. Okay, and then at this point, what we're going to do, go ahead and put it on our surface. You don't want to add extra flour. And then we're going to go ahead and just keep kneading this for about 10 minutes. All right, once our tortilla dough is has been kneaded, what we want to do is we want to get some equal portions. I'm just going to kind of roll it out. You can roll it out or break it off in pieces. So I'm just going to go down the middle. So I'll get roughly 12 tortillas out of this. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece and you're going to roll it in your hands, and then we want to take it and fold it. So you're going to fold it under with your fingers. Okay? I don't have like the perfect technique down for doing this. You can do it that way, or you can just roll it really well in your hands. Okay, so you can do that with all of them, and then you get a nice little ball like this. And then we're going to put it back in the big bowl because we want to cover these and let them rest after we're done doing this. All right, and when we are all done, we're just going to go ahead and drop a damp cloth in there and cover these with a damp cloth, or you can use a damp paper towel or something like that. The reason why we have it damp is so it helps to keep the dough from drying out, and we're going to just let the dough rest for 10 to 20 minutes. All right, and then after your dough has rested, we'll go ahead and just grab one. And you'll probably want to add a little bit of flour to the surface here. And then we're going to roll out our dough and just use a rolling pin. And we're going to just roll it out to be about a 1/16 of an inch thick. So about the thickness of a coin. And depending on how much dough you have, that will be the size of your tortilla. And then some people will go back and forth like this, and you can feel it. It's really, really nice and soft. I'm gonna get it a little bit thinner. All right, now let's take it over to the stovetop. All right, so what we do is if you have a cast iron skillet, use that. I'm just using an old nonstick pan. I have the stovetop set to medium high, and I've let my pan heat up. We'll go ahead and take one and drop it down there. And the whole process goes fairly quickly. We'll just go ahead and let it cook, and it's gonna start to bubble. Sometimes the bubbles are really large, sometimes they're smaller. It just depends. All right, and then when it puffs up like that, we'll go ahead and check it. It's a little hot. Turn it over and do the other side. All right, and that's ready to go. Take it off and go ahead and put it on a plate with some damp paper towel, and then kind of layer it, and that will help keep the tortillas soft. All right, the tortillas are done, and as you notice, what I did is I layered the tortillas with damp paper towel, and this keeps them nice and soft. And I come in here and grab the top one. Look how nice and soft this is. You can fold it, do whatever you want to it. Awesome, it's not breaking or anything. Nice, soft, homemade flour tortilla. All right, our tortillas are done. They turned out fantastic. They were really easy to do, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down in the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into one of these. Oh yeah. Grab this one right on top. Nice and soft.